run an investment firm with about 125 junior acquisition managers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
Well,
believe you had some questions. How can I help?
okay. And looking at and understanding the agreement to finance this property, I was concerned of, well, two concerns. One, the second, or the balance of the mortgage to the seller to be paid over 25 years, which is kind of a hard thing to get anybody to agree to.
Okay.
And especially it's hard to get a person in their 70s to agree to. They just don't think they're going to be around for another 25 years. That's one. And then the security of the minor interest in the LLC, that's the security that they would have when it comes to any default on the property.
That's correct.
So I also was reading that there is a first mortgage taken out after the property closed. Don't know what that loan could be or what equity would be left in the property in case there is a default that would protect the seller. So maybe if you can give me clarity on that.
Sure.
Uh, okay.
So we're gonna take out a loan in first position. That is in essence going to more or less finance the down payment to the seller.
Right.
And so as far as your question on ballooning, typically we can do as short as of a call it a 5 year balloon. So we would
Mhm.
amortize the payments as such that we are able to still cash flow in order for us to justify the acquisition, right? So we want to buy properties that are generating cash flow. We want to buy properties with creative financing where we're going to, in this case, come in with a large down payment. That large down payment is going to be largely being secured from a loan in first position. We're not structuring the remaining equity as debt, but essentially just that. It's equity, and that equity is basically being paid out as installments over a period of time. So if we fail to make, say, two payments, you would be getting the property back. You would be keeping that down payment, and then most notably taking the property back with a better equity position than you had left it. And so we're not in the business to give properties back. So hence the reason why we underwrite the properties first to ensure that we have enough cash flow to justify the acquisition.
I understand. This is a property that needs renovation. I did send over the comps on this property. I don't know if Lamont was able to get those to you. 5 blocks,
Yeah,
the five,
recently
and
sent
within a
it to
five
me.
blocks radius of that property, which more than 2x the price on it.
Okay.
At least 2x the price on it. It's yeah, at least 2x. So the condition of the property is kind of justifies the price of the property, but the location of the property is what gives it value and the possibility if the property is improved, that the value is there. So that's the other thing that we were looking at. And I didn't know how you was considering that. I didn't know how you were looking at that. I mean, because when it comes to cash flow, that's not there.
Okay. And then how much money do you think it would take to get the property to where it could be cash flowing?
Frankly, I don't like to guess at that. I'm not a contractor. I'm basically a realtor, and I don't actually know.
Okay.
And I don't want to pull a number out the air. That's just not the way I think business should be done. I think I'm a data person.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could certainly look at those numbers and see where we need to be in order for us to cash flow and make a determination on an estimate for renovations to get us to where we're cash flowing. That's the goal here, obviously. So what we would probably do is we probably would do a short deferment as far as payments on the equity going to the seller until we're able to cash flow, and then they would get preferred equity. So the moment we're able to start cash flowing, that's when we would start making payments to the seller. Does that make sense?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
And you know, those are not the things that I had a problem with. I just had a problem with if the property default with having minor interest in the LLC, then I have no idea what that LLC uh the value of it would be. I don't know what else would be in the LLC. I don't know if that it'd be just that property or that going to be lumped in with several other things in the LLC, which those questions just needed to be sorted out. So when we get to an attorney, he can put that to give some clarity as to where the seller's going to be and what uh, the risk to the seller would be. That's all we're trying to get to.
Okay. Sure. We can certainly do that. I guess the next step would be having the seller sign the letter of intent. Obviously, that's non-binding. Once the seller signs the letter of intent, we'll generate the contracts for you to review with your attorney, and then we can take next steps as far as getting into escrow once the sellers have decided they want to move forward and they sign the contract.
Well, that's simple enough. I still have to put this on a state contract. You can put your addendums to it,
Okay.
and of course, the addendums certainly can read that after the contract, your addendum conflict, you have authority over that. But just because it's mandatory for the property to be sold in this state on the state contract.
Okay. We can do that.
Yeah,
The state contract would essentially carry the PSA. We probably would want to do a second closing on the JV, which is the preferred equity that we're giving the seller that we're carrying forward. So that would be handled by one of our closing attorneys, but we can certainly put the first closing via on your state contract covering that
sure.
PSA.
That's not an issue.
Okay.
I just got to cover myself on the first contract. However you want to, whatever the amendments are, as long as we get them sorted out with the attorney, they're good. The second closing is not an issue. It's just the first closing with me that I have on this contract. And as I said, we can attach addendums uh, that will govern or cover what you need to have done as far as your closing. But
Perfect.
there's a lot of intent. The letter of intent that I don't own it, and I just need that
That
for
would
you.
be the last page. Yeah, I think on page at the end of
I
page
think it
seven.
was 4 pages of it. Yeah, okay.
Just
I
basically.
mean, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem getting that signed. It's just once that's signed and you generate the paperwork, that's what I will probably need to spend the most time with.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm here to walk you through this every step of the way.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it's not that I have not done creative finance. Done lots of creative finance, and this a little bit got a little different twist to it than what I often see. But that's fine. I'm good with that.
Okay. Fantastic.
All right.
Well, I
Well,
appreciate
thanks for the
your time.
call, and I'll go back and check. If they have no place to sign on, then I'll get back with Lamont on that. But I'll get the letter of intent executed.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks, gentlemen. Have a great
All
day.
right. Y'all
Bye.
have a good day. Bye bye.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Frank. Bye. So there you go. We got that done. I'm gonna send Stephen a message just to let him know.